What's up, everybody? This is All Things Beer 510, and today we bringing you a review. My table is full, 3 beers, 3 Maine beers. Big shout out to the homie Eric. Big shout out to the homie Josh. We're going to be taking a trip to Maine, Portland, Maine, and also Freeport, Maine. This is not really a beer battle. This is just talking about how one area, about 20 miles apart from each other, can produce such great beer. We have Allagash, which I don't have pictured here, in Portland, Maine. We have Bissell Brothers Swish right here in Portland, Maine. We have Lunch, which you can't see, you can't focus, but that's in Freeport, Maine. We have Epiphany, West Coast IPA, but from Maine, from Portland, Maine. These places are about 20 miles from each other. Crazy, ridiculous. I don't know too many cities that have that much great beer and export beer and breweries, maybe besides Portland, Oregon, and San Diego, in a small vicinity. This is Lunch, 7% IPA. This is the Epiphany West Coast version from the East Coast. West Coast IPA, and that's brewed with Cascade, Citra, Columbus, Ella, and Mosaic. And then you have Swish. That is Citra, Mosaic, Simcoe, and Apollo. Guys, crazy beer, Maine. I have to take a trip to the Northeast. It's crowded over here, as you can see. Swish, Lunch, and Epiphany. Let's take a sip of all 3 and just tell you what I think. Cheers. You know, Lunch actually makes its way out here to the Bay Area. The aroma, I didn't even get the aroma because I'm so excited. The aroma, it's a West Coast IPA, like an East Coast, West Coast IPA. Has that pine, has that forest, tree type smell, dank type smell. Same time has the citrus, oranges and tangerines. Real nice blend. Lunch, you guys heard of Lunch, dinner. Just great IPAs from Maine Beer Company. Great offering. This is Epiphany, real West Coast looking IPA. And when you get a smell, because I've had this before. This is canned. This is about a month old. This is 3 weeks old. This beautiful bottle can. I mean, this beautiful, lovely thing right here is 3 weeks old. This review is all over the place. It's not really a review, just a showcase. But yeah, Epiphany. West Coast. Not as bitter as a lot of the West Coast beers. A lot of like, Russian River, Stone, Lagunitas, the more traditional. It's not as bitter, but it has some bitterness, has a little bite to it, has some real tropical fruits, citrus fruits. Really good beer. A lot of people from Maine swear by this beer and say that it's better than anything else. So this is an 8% beer. Lunch is 7%. Swish is 8%. Let's get to Swish, which is more of a, the typical these days New England style IPAs with the haze and looking like orange juice. Let's get this. And this is more of like a juice bomb, little bitter, little bite to it, but it has a little bit of dank. One thing I've noticed about a lot of the Maine stuff is that they're probably inspired by a lot of the West Coast breweries, but they have the East Coast spin on it as well. They're fairly easy drinking. Even the Epiphany at 8% is not harsh at all, not hard on the palate. Lunch, not hard on the palate. Really light drinking beers for the 7 and 8% beers. And Swish, which you guys can't see right here, is really good as well. It tastes like juice. Has a real good mango taste to it. A clementine, type taste to it. Really, really good beer. You know, for Maine, for this little area, and like I said, Allagash, who they don't really do IPAs. They do a lot of Belgians, and a lot of experimental type beers. For these 4 breweries to be in 20-minute distance, I can't wait to go, because that's just amazing. Like 4 world-class breweries, Foundation, Bissell, Maine Beer Company, and Allagash, all in the same area, is amazing. Maine, you got great beer. I'm jealous as hell, even though I'm from the Bay. It's just dope to see one area that produced so much dope beer. If anybody's from Maine, tell me about other breweries that I'm probably missing. I have a review coming up really soon. You actually might see that before this one, a stout that's from Maine. But yeah, this is just a showcase of Maine beers. They do West Coast, they do East Coast, and IPAs are their game, but they also do Belgian beers as well. Big shout out to Maine, Maine lobsters, fresh seafood, beautiful state, beautiful cities that I want to visit, and hopefully I get to visit one day. Until next time, you guys take care. If you can, go to Maine, get Swish, get their whole Bissell Brothers, line up. I'll be reviewing some Bissell Brother beers real soon. Try Maine Beer Company, try Foundation, and also just try anything from Maine. They're A+. Until next time, you guys take care. 100. Peace.